wrestling fans. My name is Brian Crazy. You are watching the F and brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com. Thank you for tuning in once again. I'm still getting over my cold that I've had for the last few days, so I'm going to cut this review a little short. My throat is very sore, but I wanted to make sure I got a review up for you guys, the fans and subscribers that have made this channel so successful, because without you guys, I would be nothing. I would just be a guy talking to a camera. So sick or not, the show must go on for you guys, the fans and subscribers. Like I said, I'm back with my Impact Wrestling review for September 13th, 2012. We start off the show with Austin Aries, Jeff Hardy, and then Bully Ray joining them a little bit later on. This is the opening segment. It was a very well-done opening promo. It really set up for the main event at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view. And the only problem I saw with this entire promo is Bully Ray was about to speak, and his music hit, and it cut him off. So somebody in the production chunk just jumped the gun a little too quickly. Other than that, very well done promo. Shouldn't take anything away from it, just due to that one little mistake. Hey, we are just humans. We do make mistakes. Then we go into the first match of the night, Zema Ion versus Sanjay Dutt. This wasn't a bad match. We saw a lot of impressive spots right off the start, but the match did seem rushed. Post-match, this is where it got the payoff. This is where Sanjay Dutt was attacked by Zema Ion. Zema Ion hit him with the hairspray can, and then ended up locking him into his submission maneuver. Looks like he might have actually done some damage to Sanjay Dutt's shoulder, and really just setting up Zema Ion as this monster heel. And eventually Jesse Sorensen will be making his return, and we'll get to see that match. The man who ended up paralyzing Jesse Sorensen, and Jesse Sorensen coming back and trying to get his revenge. Then we go into a backstage segment where we see Wes Briscoe walk up to Kurt Angle, and both of them proceed to go down to the ringside area to watch the next match, which is featuring Kurt Angle's tag team partner, AJ Styles. Now, if you guys know, Wes Briscoe has been rumored to be one of the members of the Aces and Eights, and just like the Aces and Eights said when they were speaking to Hulk Hogan a little bit later on in the night, that it might be anybody that you're talking to. It could be any of these people. People that you talk to on a daily basis could be part of our organization. Somebody sitting at ringside could be part of our organization. So I thought this was very interesting. And then we go to AJ versus Kazarian. Now, if AJ picks up the win in this match, his team, AJ and Kurt Angle, gain a shot at the TNA World Tag Team Championship. AJ is successful. He defeats Kazarian with the Styles Clash. And then we go into Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan cuts a promo and basically talks about no surrender, talks about the Aces and Eights. Then we see him make a huge match for later in the night, Bully Ray versus Jeff Hardy. The winner is the new #1 contender, or still #1 contender at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view. And then we see this segment with the Aces and Eights. They come on the big screen, and they said what I mentioned a little bit earlier on in the video. Then we go to Chavo versus Daniels. Winner, if Chavo wins this match, he'll also get a shot alongside his tag team partner, Hernandez, at the TNA World Tag Team Championship. He ended up picking up the win in this match. And then we go into James Storm backstage. At Bound for Glory, the rematch between Storm and Bobby Roode was set up. Bobby Roode ended up coming into the ring, costing James Storm his match. He was the #1 person in the Bound for Glory series. He ended up smashing the beer bottle over his head, setting up the storyline, setting up the feud once again. Now, James Storm says, hell, next week is open fight night, and Bobby Roode, you may just get called out. And if Bobby Roode gets called out, you know the rules of open fight night. He has to accept. I have a feeling that there'll be some sort of unclean finish, because if there was a clean finish, you guys got to know, if there's a clean finish in professional wrestling, pretty much the storyline's over. That's why we see these, finishes that are everywhere for a few weeks, because it just builds the storyline. Especially if we see Bobby Roode somehow pick up the win and, holds the tights or smashes the bottle again, or somebody helps him win. Of course we're going to want to see that rematch. Of course we're going to want to see James Storm finally pick up that win. Then we go into Miss Tessmacher and Tara. Excuse me, guys. Like I said, my throat, my face, and everything is just killing me. So I'm trying to do my best possible job for you guys. I'm probably going to be embarrassed to even upload this, but I want to make sure I produce a video for you guys tonight. Then we go into Miss Tessmacher. Tara comes out, and she congratulates her. It looks like she's going to, put the title on her. It looks like she's just trying to congratulate her friend. But then Tara turns on Miss Tessmacher. She ends up hitting her with the widow's peak, and she ends up standing over her. I don't think she likes, I think she's taking exception to the fact that the student has beaten the teacher. Then we go into a backstage segment with all the executives. We see Brother Love Bruce Pritchard. We see Hulk Hogan. We see Dixie Carter. We see D'Lo Brown. Al Snow. They're all there. The whole host of characters. And everybody is worried. The Aces and Eights have done exactly what they wanted to do. They're making everybody suspicious of one another. I think this was a very well done segment, and by adding all these executives, by having everyone together, it just added that much more realism to the storyline. Then we go into the main event. We go into Jeff Hardy versus Bully Ray. Jeff Hardy ends up picking up the win over Bully Ray in a great match. It was about 15 minutes in length, very well done. Jeff Hardy is still the #1 contender at this point, and currently he will go on to face the world's heavyweight champion, Austin Aries, at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view in October. Now, guys, thanks for checking out this review. Thanks for bearing with me. And as you guys know, if it wasn't for you guys, the fans and subscribers, this channel would be nothing. I'd be a guy just talking to a microphone. But as you guys have let me know in the last few days that the show must go on, and there is no way that I'm going to let you guys down after the comments in the freaking fantastic comments. I do have to say, you guys just really blew me out of the water. I never was asking for that sort of response. I never came on here trying to get pity out of you guys. I was just perfectly honest. I let you know why I was upset. I let you know exactly what the situation was. But you guys embraced me. You showed me exactly how it is. You showed me how much that you appreciate me, and I want to let you guys know I appreciate you that much back. So for the effing brand of wrestling, you better hit me here on YouTube.com. My name is Brian Crazy. Thank you for watching. Have a great night, and have a safe Friday morning commute.